Hello guys and welcome to Painting Panzers. My name's Christian and today we're going to be taking a look at a Spanish light infantryman from hat in 1/72 scale obviously. Now this is a toy soldier that I didn't think I'd ever paint, but I'm really glad I did. It's a very vibrant looking figure and he has been quite fun to paint. It's a really nice start to painting something other than British in the Napoleonic era. So it was a bit of a challenge in terms of understanding what colours to use and what equipment they wore, or the names of it at least anyway, so do bear with me in the video. And as always, disclaimer, this isn't a history video, this is just how a chap paints a model that he really has no knowledge about. I did a little bit of research on this one though, so I wasn't going in completely blind, but do let me know in the comment section where I've stuffed up or what I don't actually know and I'm just talking a load of rubbish. I'm always open to be corrected, just do it in a nice way, okay? Alright guys, I'm going to get into this video. I'm going to stop rambling on, let's do it. Now, as mentioned at the start of the video, this is a hat Napoleonic Spanish light infantry figure, and in the box you get 6 figures. There's not a lot of variety in there, but it's a pretty cool set regardless. Now, to start off with, I'm going to be giving my model a prime of Tamiya Surface Primer Light Grey. Then I'm going to be using Deep Red from AK Interactive, and this is to paint the middle part of his coatee. So the Spanish light infantry had a pretty cool looking uniform, and I'm using the box art from hat to pretty much paint this figure because, again, like I pretty much always say, I know very little about this period and I just like to paint the figures. So yeah, if I've made a few mistakes along the way, don't hesitate to let me know in the comment section. Now for the rest of that coatee, I'm going to be painting it in dark Prussian blue. Well, when I say the rest, the bulk of it. There's a few little white bits we need to paint in a little bit in a little while, I should say, as well as a few buttons and such. But for the bulk of the coatee, it's going to be in this dark Prussian blue with that little bit of red in the middle on the outer parts, as shown here. Now for the blanket that's sort of draped over his left shoulder, I'm going to be using German camo medium brown. It was of like a medium brown colour, so this is pretty much my go-to for any sort of medium brown colour, and I think it's going to work really nicely for this little blanket that's draped over his shoulder. Now for those white areas, I'm going to be using Deck Tang. So to start off with, I'm going to be painting the leggings in this colour, so they pretty much go up to his torso, so we're just going to be getting those painted. And then there's various parts of his uniform that's also going to be getting a coat of this colour as well. Now I'm going to be using Flat Earth for his musket. I wasn't too familiar with what type of musket this particular soldier would have been using, so again had to use a bit of Google just to sort of work it out, but it's a pretty good resource. So if you're like me and you don't really know too much about this period, then definitely do a bit of research in terms of imagery first. And then for the metal areas, I'm going to be going ahead and using black grey, and you can see there's quite a lot that's made up of this, but there is a few like gold looking areas, so make sure you don't paint those in this colour. And once that's drying, I'm going to move to his boots, so I'm going to be painting those in black. Now they go up to his knees and slightly just past his knees, so make sure you're capturing those in there as well. Again, full disclosure, I'm using the hat illustration to paint this model, so if that is incorrect, then yeah, do let me know. Now for his bicorn or his hat, I'm going to be painting that in black as well. And then for some of the little details, so there's a few little details that need to be painted on his coatee, so I'm going to be using old wood to capture those. So just around the cuff area, there's just a little sort of linkage that goes across there, so I'm just going to be giving that nice little line, as well as the buttons that are on the coatee on the front here and along the neckline there. And then also the gold areas on his musket, so the little linkages that hold it together, I'm going to be giving those a go too. And once that's done, I'm going to give my model a wash of null oil and Lafmir medium at that 1:1 ratio. This is my go-to. I say it all the time. It's just an absolute brilliant wash. It's just a hack. I think it just works absolutely great. And if you get that wash ratio correct, then you're going to absolutely have a great time. Now for the coatee, I'm going to be giving it a go of dark Prussian blue and medium blue at a 1:1 ratio. So I'm focusing on the blue areas first, obviously, and leaving that original washed base colour in the recesses, and then I'm picking out all the detail on the jacket. Now at this scale, it can be quite daunting trying to paint something so small, but honestly, it's easier to paint this small stuff than it is the bigger stuff, because you have a lot more leeway in terms of making errors and not having to have too many layers to build up to that brighter colour. So I just do this one layer and he normally looks pretty good. So with that done, I'm going to use deep red and white grey at a 5:1 ratio and just capture those red bits of the uniform, and just leaving the original wash base colour in the recesses as well as on the very outer edges, but just slowly scratch it in. So trick is, as always, just put a little tiny bit of paint on the tip of your brush and just scratch it in and work it in until you're happy. You don't want to add a big blob and then make a huge mistake. Now white grey for the strap. So I've originally painted it in deck tan, now I'm going over it in white grey. So that goes for all of these white areas. You can see the leggings are getting a go as well. Again, nice little bits of detail and grooves and such. So painting actually makes it very easy when they've got these kind of grooves, because you know that you don't want to actually paint within the groove, you just want to paint on the raised area. And there's just some nice details that need to be painted on that coatee. You can already see the model's really starting to come to life. Now for the additional bits of colour on that coatee, I'm going to be using old wood and Iraqi sand at that 1:1 ratio. So we originally painted it in old wood, now I'm just going over it with that slightly brighter tone, and that's going to make this area pop. It's a very nice vibrant coatee actually. I think it looks very, very cool. You see I'm just going over that sort of strap that goes over around the cuff area, as well as the buttons are getting a coat of this as well, but not the gold area, because we're going to paint that in a different colour later on. So for the blanket, I'm going to be using German camo medium brown and German camo beige World War II at that 1:1 ratio, and you can see it gives you a lovely light medium brown colour. Again, the recesses are so deep here that you just have to paint those raised areas, and yeah, the work's pretty much been done for you already. Now for the wooden areas, I go with flat earth and orange brown, and I just scratch in that colour to try and simulate some sort of wood grain at this scale. Very silly, I know it sounds silly at least anyway, but it works really nicely, so try it, and if you like it, definitely keep going. And then, unlike the other steps, I'm also going to add another step where I add orange brown, so it's a much lighter colour. I'm going to follow the exact same process, but reduce the amount of paint I'm putting on there by about 10 or 20%, just because I don't want it to be all orange brown. I want some of that flat earth orange brown mixture to pop through as well. Now with the same technique, I'm going to use black grey and basalt grey at a 1:1 ratio, and I'm just going to scratch in along the top there and all the areas that have got that black grey showing, but again leaving that original colour in the recess. And then basalt grey is what I'm going to be following up with, just a nice light coat over the top, not too harsh, not too much, just a nice little coat, and just get some of those raised areas to pop a little bit more. Now for those gold areas, I'm going to be using gold, surprisingly. So just give it a nice little line on each bit. You can see that there's two little brackets to hold the musket together there, and then the stock as well. And that musket's just going to really come through really, really nicely. Now for the face, I'm going to be using Light Flesh from AK Interactive. It's my go-to, as a lot of these paints are. And yeah, it's going to be giving all the flesh areas a go of this. It's a really good Caucasian flesh tone in my opinion. And just take your time here, you don't want to make any mistakes. People like to paint the flesh areas first, I like to paint them last. Don't ask me why, I have no idea. Then black and black grey at a 1:1 ratio. I'm just going to be using that just to get that bicon or that hat looking really nice and not just super black. With that done and that flesh wash dry, I'm going to use Flesh Wash from AK Interactive, and I'm going to be going ahead and give it just a nice coat of that using an old pointy brush. Don't use your good brush, you don't want to use any washes with your good brushes, just use an old brush for this. And whilst that's drying, there's like a little bit of equipment on the front here. I'm just going to use Iraqi sand just to really make that pop a little bit more. I'm not exactly sure what that was. I tried researching, I couldn't make out what it was. So let me know in the comment section if you know. Now I'm going over the face with light flesh as well as the hands, and you can see here that I'm capturing the top of the brow, the nose, top of the lip, the cheeks, the chin, and then the fingers. And then I'm going to also get a bit of paint on the top of the hand there and that knuckle region. And then once that's done, I'm going to use light flesh and highlight flesh at a 1:1 ratio, and I'm just going to give one of the lips a go, the brow, the nose, just a little bit of the cheek on each side, not connecting the cheek and the chin like I did previously, and then the fingers, top of where the knuckle area is, and then yeah, you should have a really nice looking flesh tone for this scale. And then should hopefully have something that's come out similar to this, and he's looking pretty bloody good, if I don't say so myself. So there we have it. I've finally touched on the Spanish, and it's a completely new company for me to try. Absolutely enjoyed painting this. Bit of a mess to clean up, I must admit, but once it's cleaned up nicely, those hat figures actually look pretty nice, and a lot of you guys have been saying that, so yeah, I must agree. It is a very nice figure to paint once that flash has all been removed. So yeah, let me know in the comment section if you've enjoyed this video. If you want to see more Napoleonics, don't worry, there's plenty more to come. I've got loads stashed away, so yeah, let me know in the comment section if you want to see all of that. Now, a massive thank you, as always, goes out to my Patreons and YouTube channel members, specifically Patrick, Oscar, James, Panzer Jim, Like a Foresight Gaming, Mike, Mikey, Eric, Rothgar, Ian, Adam, Rob, and Alan. You guys are all champions. Thank you so much for being those aces, and you guys have actually been with me for quite a while too, so just an extra special thank you for that one. Alright guys, I'm going to leave it here. Don't forget to drop me a comment below, and until then, I will catch you at the next one.